Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joe Hendy, the Android Authority app guy. Tired of playing and hearing about the same old games over and over again? I know I am, so in this video we'll be showing you the 6 most underrated games for Android. If there was something that Android needed, it was a Bomberman game. In case you weren't familiar, Bomberman was a classic video game where bombs were used to kill bad guys and navigate obstacles. You earned points, you got to new levels, and even got some cooler bombs. Bombergeddon aims to bring that experience to Android. It's a little slower than a Bomberman style game should be, but it's still quite a bit of fun. It starts out slow, but you'll be dealing with maps full of bad guys in no time. There are a lot of levels, a lot of bombs, and a lot of bad guys, and pretty much everything needed to make a decent Bomberman game, so it's definitely worth checking out. As far as racing games go, people seem to prefer the ones with amazing graphics and real cars. It's not a bad concept to go with, as Gran Turismo has made quite the profit off of doing just that. However, sometimes it's fun to play a racing game that's a little more simple, and Cracking Sands brings that kind of experience. This is essentially a go-kart racing game. You know, if the go-karts were equipped with NOS and machine guns. You race around a track gunning down people in front of you and using your NOS to get an advantage. The graphics aren't the greatest and the controls take some getting used to, but once you get past the shaky learning process, it's actually a pretty fun game. If you're looking for a simple puzzle game that's actually a lot of fun to play, then Graviturn is one to check out. Unlike most puzzle games, you can get through a whole bunch of levels in a relatively short time span. The premise is that you have to get the red balls off the screen without losing any of the green balls. What makes this game so charming is that after each round it tells you how you've compared against the average, whether you were faster or slower, how many tries it took you, and even how many players have made it beyond that point. Since these kinds of games are best for killing a few minutes, we can see this as being one of the most underrated ways to kill some time. With the increasing number of good action RPGs out there, it's quite easy to overlook Ravensword. It's not the highest rated out there, and it's not the most popular either. However, it does contain most, if not all, of the elements necessary to be an excellent game that's also a lot of fun. We believe where this game may trip people up is the beginning. As many RPGs do, Ravensword starts out painfully slow and the controls are a bit hard to master. However, once you get used to everything, it's hard to put this game down, and it definitely belongs in the underrated column. This next game is gorgeous. Of course, we're talking about a game called The Room, a mammoth success on iOS. It just hasn't garnered the same amount of attention on Android, and that's really a shame. It's a puzzle game where you must explore an object and unlock all of its secrets. It really is quite difficult. We're not entirely sure why this game isn't more popular on Android. It's rated very highly in the Google Play Store, the graphics are great, the controls are simple, and the game is challenging. Perhaps it's a lack of people talking about it? We don't know, but we do know that this is a highly recommended game and definitely deserves more attention. Sometimes it's fun to toss the same old grinding out the window and just play some in-your-face arcade-style awesomeness. Many games can help you accomplish this, but one that isn't so well known is Syder Arcade HD. This action-packed side-scroller takes you back to the arcade days of gaming, and it's actually wildly fun. You essentially just shoot things. That's right, no ridiculous plots, no grinding for coins, gold, crystals, etc. Just you, an everlasting clip of ammo, power-ups, and dozens and dozens of bad guys to kill. Levels are long and challenging while the gameplay is fast-paced and intense. Its simplicity may be what prevents it from gaining more attention, but if you're in the mood to just shoot some things, give this one a try. If you check out our leaderboard, you can see how all these apps stack up against one another. Really, there are no winners or losers here because these are games that already got passed over in their respective genres for more popular, but not necessarily better titles. As usual, we don't have a ranking system. These are simply listed in order according to how well they were rated in the Google Play Store. There is no bias on our part. For more info, check out the written version by staff writer Brad Ward. The link for that is in the video description. Once again, I'm Joe Hendy, the Android Authority app guy. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the app links and our social media links in the video description.